Frame.
Check the source. Check the source. And here we check one. Double check. I'm like, oh nope, I'm in FCN1. I thought I was in FCN2. This app been tripping today. We got the right one, baby. Here is no Periscope producer. Did we get blocked on two? Yep. On two, there's no Periscope producer on two anymore. Yep. Must have been. Alright, well, Facebook it is. Okay. I got one. Roll back in. On her milk white neck. The devil's mark. Black, 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 number one. Oh, we would have to put it in the settings. Boo 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 boo. Boo 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 boo. I don't think
Nah,
the
then-
tag on the
It's like, I think
On
it's
the
like
post.
8 bars that it goes to, then it goes into the little breakdown. Yeah.
Yeah, baby. It all comes down to this. Hey, everybody. Our producer's always such a sneaky guy. Not telling us we're on
We're
Candid Shots.
live.
Live. We are live. We are live. The NBA Finals
Finally here.
finally here.
You know what? It does seem like the finals came a little bit quicker than what they normally do.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like the finals normally take forever,
Yes.
and it's like mid-June before it
June.
starts.
Yeah.
But like, man, we in the finals, and it's Not even June yet.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. And then they're going to stretch it out over 3 weeks, though. I just want you to know I looked at the upcoming schedule. If it goes to 7 games, we've got like 5 more episodes of True Baller Thursday coming up.
It's going to be in August.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If not, well, even if there's a sweep, we will still have at least 2 more episodes.
Okay.
Actually, 3 more, because they only play 3 games between now and next episode.
Really?
So we have very minimal 3 more episodes of True Baller Thursday. They keep pulling us back in.
Now they want to stretch this as long as possible.
Hey, I don't mind, because this is my favorite show in the world. Why is that? I am Jay Coazit, host of True Baller Thursday. This is the Reggie Mathis, host of True Baller Thursday.
Yes, sir.
My friend.
I thought you were gonna say the other one that is that shall not be named anymore. Are we still doing this? Sir?
Hey, host of We the Dead. Hey, listen. The show ain't gotta be good for the show to be good.
right. But now that the main show is losing the main character. Is there any reason that we should even go about our show?
Well, we got 8 months to pick because the way they set up the episodes,
I definitely want to say this about that. Glenn should have stayed the fuck alive.
Right. If this is the way we go,
he should have been the leader, or Carl. You what are y'all?
What's the plan? What was the planning going on in AMC? Like, what were they doing? They knew contracts was coming up. There was no planning at all going on.
I think what happens, and I hate it, like when you send a text or you might tweet or something, and it's like, oh no, save it for the TV, baby. We're gonna talk about this, but legit, I think it's over. I think it's a wrap. I think it ends season 9.
It's got to.
There's no way.
I don't see where you're going with this at all. It's got to end.
They're not going anywhere with it now, even if he stays.
Exactly.
So we know he's leaving.
You know what you got to do? Make it go out like this. You thought this was All Out War?
Balls to the wall.
Balls to the wall. We fight in every episode. Negan breaks out of the prison.
Yeah.
You go ahead and throw
rewrite the whole canon.
Change everything. Everybody dies. It's a fight to the finish.
Yes.
That's what you got to do.
Yes,
I would watch if it's killing off everybody.
Did he shoot Carl in the head?
Carl?
Yeah, after he became a zombie, after he died.
Yeah, he took him out. They didn't show it. They didn't show it though.
Okay, yeah. See, so what they should do is end at the very end. Everybody's dead, and then Carl comes around the corner and bites Rick, and it's over. Fade to black. I just wrote y'all the best season finale ever. All right. But we haven't even gotten into our real show yet.
No, we haven't.
Welcome, everybody. So we're going to start out with our national anthem, talking about subjects that are of national interest, not necessarily sports.
Yeah.
And we got some non-sports issues to talk about today, some super-duper hot topics. Let's talk about our hot takes. First of all, the trash that is Aubrey Drake, whatever his last name is, I don't know.
Aubrey. Let's not even say Drake. It's just Aubrey. It's just Aubrey.
All right, Aubrey. So
this is a very Aubrey response.
Listen, wait, first of all, as our very esteemed producer said, I get a notepad message. This is how you communicate with me?
I came with bars. You came with a notepad message. Yeah. Listen, the moment you bring out the notepad and you typing with your finger. Because, didn't he say trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers?
Twitter fingers, yep.
Didn't he say that?
Yep.
Didn't he say that?
He did.
That was his bars. And that was only, a year ago? 2 years ago?
That was 2 years ago.
That was back 2 years ago. Meek. And now here we are. He's Twittering it up. He goes to the notepad. And then this is how he starts it. I know everyone is enjoying the circus.
It's over.
No.
It's over.
This is how he said it. I know everyone is enjoying the circus.
No, that is not how he said it.
How did he say it?
He was, I know everyone is enjoying the circus. He is in his feelings. He is at his most meta, his height. He is, listen. If he wants to be always the feminist, he is that. He is white woman Jewish lady adjacent.
Like, even the words that he used. These photos represented how African Americans were once wrongly portrayed. This sounds PR. Like, if I'm angry and I'm like, man, you got it all wrong, I'm not using these words.
Why are you, first and foremost, why are you talking about Americans?
Exactly.
First and foremost.
Exactly. And hold on. Because you are Canadian, right?
Canadian.
And your boy is from
he quickly.
Sudan.
He quickly dropped it. If I'm him, I'm like, nah, don't put me in this. You dropping me to make your argument sound more.
And listen, my best friend at the time. Meaning y'all
that
fell
means
out.
y'all ain't cool.
Right.
Y'all ain't cool. Don't put me in this. I ain't been cool with you, Aubrey, since you was Aubrey. Don't put me in this.
No.
And then
wheelchair Jimmy.
Yes. And he put, again, from Sudan. So ain't even no Americans in this blackface.
In this whole equation.
In this whole equation.
And you got one of the coveted roles on the coveted Canadian TV show ever.
Exactly.
The team, whatever, I don't even know what the hell
Degrassi
High.
Next Generation. He was
on.
the Geordie LaForge of Degrassi High.
Yeah, bro. So it rang all the way hollow.
Ooh, it did.
It was empty. It was very emo feminine.
Listen. Empty. It was full of bullshittery. That stunk. Listen, man. Enjoying the circus. Bet you the ringleader.
Right. Listen, we came to watch you.
You were the one outside saying, "Step right up, step right up."
Push a team.
Ladies and gentlemen, watch my duppy freestyle.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, see the amazing Aubrey. Death-defy high flyer.
Everybody's laughing because the lion done actually bit him in the ass.
Yes. See, he
now
goes
now he's like,
y'all enjoying
the circus.
Because the goddamn tiger remembered, like, hey, my nigga, yeah, I'm a tiger.
and I just want to put it on the record for saying that anybody who A, criticized anything that Pusha said, B, thinks even remotely that Drake didn't get bodied and that Drake actually did any kind of damage, and C, feels in any way, shape, or form that Drake can come back from this, you are wrong on all counts. You are flat out wrong.
Listen, Drake needs to be out of the battle this game.
Yes.
Like this, from now on, Drake just put out music. You LL Cool J from now on.
You a pop artist. You the Taylor Swift.
You need to hop in some movies. Hey, this rap game wasn't for you. You thought it was. But Pusha T, a real MC, showed you it wasn't for you. You need to go to the movies, be a Hollywood superstar, but get out of this game, man.
So, word on the street, Rafael Martinez, NYC, is saying that there's a rumor that he Drake, Aubrey, may be dropping his album tonight.
I'm telling you, he got to. Yeah. Get it out here. Get it out here.
It's totally different.
I need to get off of this. I need to get off of this topic. Put it out there. Let the music. He gotta be Rick Ross. You know how Rick Ross was getting dogged by 50. Ooh. 50 was coming with the skits. 50 was on his head. You know what Rick Ross did?
Taking pictures with
the kids, with the baby mama. He was doing interviews with the baby mama. Like Rick Ross just said, you know what? I'm just gonna keep dropping music. I ain't doing no battling. Yep. I'm just gonna keep dropping music. And you know what happened? People just forgot it.
Yep.
People stopped saying he's
one good club banger.
And that's it. So that's what Aubrey's doing. He's saying, you know what? I need to just release this music and
his fans gonna buy it. He gonna be fine. Move on with life. Don't ever battle again.
Don't ever battle again. You Will Smith from here on out, man. You Will Smith.
Not even LL. You
Will Smith from here on out.
Drake don't cuss in his raps, but I do. All right, wholesome Aubrey. So, real quick, we're going to address another issue here that I felt compelled to talk about. So, Jimmy Kimmel decides to weigh in. Okay. Why, I don't know. And he says what The Real Roseanne said is indefensible. It's indefensible, but first of all, when you start off, what they did was wrong. It was definitely wrong. It was definitely wrong. But you are already on some bullshit.
Yes, you are.
Already.
Yes, you are.
Angrily attacking a woman who is obviously not well does no good for anyone. So she's supposed to be your friend, and you putting her out there, telling everybody she got mental issues.
Listen. If she's not well, and she's being paraded in front of us, and she has a reoccurring popular television show, so my question is, if it's not good for us to make fun of and angrily go at her, then why is she being, if she's not well, why is she being paraded in front of us? Like that, like we need to stop this where we all of a sudden attack the people who are just responding to the vitriol, as opposed to, hey, they obviously they thought she was well enough to get a check. She was well enough to collect these checks.
Yes.
So she's well enough to get these jokes, and she's well enough to get up out of this paint. Like, what are we talking about?
Boom. Let me tell you something. If I all of a sudden for some reason lost my mind tomorrow, all right, I just had this crazy snap. There may be a lot of things that I did. I probably would very inappropriately grab women in my dimension.
In your dimension, okay.
What I would not do is start calling you names based on the color of your skin.
Exactly.
Because it's not in me.
Exactly.
So regardless of whether or not she's mentally ill or not, let's not act like that has any effect on the racist statements that she's making.
And I get tired of white men who come to the defense of white women, and it always screams of let's protect her. Yeah. She's weak. We don't give anybody else this leeway to talk and be as destructive as they want.
Jimmy, where was you at when they was calling Michelle Obama a monkey?
Exactly. Where was you, buddy? Where was you? But we know where you were when they started talking about issues that pertain to you and your child. We know where you were. Like, so stop it, Jimmy. Jimmy, I don't want to hear nothing else from you. Your tired show is
Jimmy and his child. So is Jimmy on Drake level?
Hey, tell Jimmy Fuckets to go ahead and get out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. I'm not doing it, man. Like I said, in pre-production, Jimmy Kimmel has always been real suspect, especially to the African American community. I think that a lot of people only dance with him when they have a product or some type of event to promote, and they go in there just to do what they got to do. But Jimmy Kimmel is a fuck boy. I'm not here for him, and anybody that tries to defend her, listen. Once I heard what her platform was before the show, I was looking at people I was looking at black folks real sideways, and they was like, "Ooh, I can't wait to watch Roseanne." I was like,
"I'm gonna catch some more Roseanne."
I was like,
"That was my favorite show." But you know what? And that's let's talk about this real quick.
Go ahead.
It was weird to see that, right, from black people, and seeing her stance, right, on and how her whole, I guess, and it really ain't changed, but her demographic was very particular in the Trump camp, right? But Bill Cosby, we cut Bill Cosby out. We didn't want to see no more of the reruns of Bill Cosby. But once Roseanne got paraded back in front, hey, I'm gonna binge watch some of these Roseanne episodes. I can't wait to see. Like, why? That's something that just bothers me about us on social media, how we are so quick to big up, to support people who have spoke, not only ignorantly spoke against us, but have done some things that just to line themselves up with causes that are not at all in our best interest. But someone who, again, I'm not at all praising him for his work here late and the issues that he's had. He deserves to burn for them. But we can't even watch old reruns. We canceling him forever. We can't even enjoy old classics of that, but we can enjoy classics from Roseanne. Nah, man. Nah. Yeah, I'm not here for any of that.
Later for that. And on that strong note, we're going to finish up our national anthem, which, by the way, we at FCN2 sit for.
Sit.
And move on to the opening tip.
Wipe my brow down.
All right, Reg. Hey, I just knew Reg had some things to say, and I wanted to give him a platform to get these off his chest. I had a little bit to say, but hey, Reg, go to town, baby. All right, so in the opening tip, we just have really one subject today. We're going to talk about your man's, the second half of the Splash Brothers, Clickety Klay Thompson. So, apparently they're talking to Klay Thompson, to LeBron. They asked a lot of people this question about, this is the fourth year of this series, this exact same series. People are kind of getting tired of it. Do you think people are sick of it? And Klay's response was, the rest of the NBA has to get better. Really?
Okay.
Is that what has to happen? Well, Klay.
Well, and you know what? It's true, but it's so disingenuous.
Mm-hmm.
Because, all right, man, like, you guys went 73-9. And then you went and got what is considered the second best player in the league.
The best scorer in the league on a team that already scored.
Yeah, like, I get what you're saying. The NBA, like, the rest of the NBA has to get better. Yes, but how are they going to do that?
Yeah.
How are they going to do that, Sway? How, Sway?
Yeah, it was definitely disingenuous. I feel like it was real dismissive of the other teams. Like, so you're gonna just kind of discount the fact that you almost lost to the Houston Rockets without Chris Paul, one of the other best players in the league.
Listen, your journey is your journey, right? But it's a lot of luck within your journey.
Exactly.
It's a lot of luck within your journey. I wouldn't be so nonchalant about and so cavalier about.
I'm hoping this is some nice karma building up for this upcoming series, and that this is, he gets some blowback on this.
Oh, I don't know, but
from the universe.
Yeah, from the universe.
I don't care if people talk about it. We can never talk about this again. But I want the universe to come back and be like, oh yeah, I'll show you get better. J.R. Smith averaging 22 points a game.
Better. Wait, so it's going to be Angels in the outfield. Yeah. J.R.'s going to be sixth man. And J.R. Smith shooting shots. And Kadeem is over there.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. So that was our opening tip. We are now starting the game.
All right.
Let's move into the first quarter.
All right.
So, before we start our first quarter, I just want to comment. My guy, my cousin, my boy, Corian Gibson, I appreciate you watching. But I do want to address your comment. Professional sports are a joke. So, we about to start talking about professional sports. From now to the rest of the show.
Yeah.
So, you can take your woke ass somewhere else.
Yeah, man. This is
or you can comment on the game.
This is true ball.
True ball. We are not woke from quarters 1 through 4.
Yeah,
okay,
bro. This is definitely gonna be about
40 sports. All right, we good. I love you, bro. As Jimmy Kimmel said, you're awesome, but we about to talk sports. So for our first quarter, we are going to address the new acronym for the National Basketball Association, which is now officially numerous burner accounts.
Listen, it couldn't have happened to a better league. Like, NFL can't get away with this.
Yes.
MLB, nobody cares what they.
No, that would be a non-issue.
Yeah. But in the NBA,
the MLB fans would have been like, tweet?
Right, tweeting.
Your tweet? What?
What?
Hey, is that a can of corn? What's going on here?
Still read the paper.
Right. Did a bird land in the outfield on the center fielder's head? Is that the tweet? Oh, that's just hilarious. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
It's perfect. And you know what? Like, we've been saying this forever since we started, that the NBA, no matter what, it gives you content. The NBA always finds a way to give you some content because the league is full of characters, and all the way from the front office down to the ball boys, there is always something to talk about. Somebody gonna do something, and it's gonna give you something to talk about. And lo and behold.
So for those of you who do not know, the GM of the Philadelphia 76ers,
prominent family. He comes from a prominent
family. Mr. Appropriator of the process himself.
Yes.
Brian with what? Okay, I didn't put it in there. Damn it.
Big collar.
Jaco. All right, so Brian Colangelo. I got the handles on here.
Yes,
apparently, the Ringer.
Yes.
Came up with a story. They scooped everybody. They got some inside information from an anonymous source.
Anonymous source.
Anonymous source.
I think I know very well who this source was.
Who do you think it was?
That was Hinkie.
That was Hinkie? Sam Hinkie himself. So they did some serious research. I read the article, and they all but verified that these accounts belong to Mr. Colangelo.
Yes, and he came out and said one of them was his.
Yes,
he admitted to one of them.
So what they did was they were 5, and I will read them to you. One of them was at Phila 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. One of them was Al Vic 40117560. One of them.
All these random numbers.
One of them. The handle was Honest Abe, and the at was at Honest A 34197118.
It's like a generator. Like, he just went to Twitter generator.
And then there was Enough Unknowns 01, like unknown sources, right? Even though that's exactly what you are here. And then there was at S_Bonhams. So the Ringer said, hey, we have these 3 accounts that he hadn't really posted on much.
Yep.
And they didn't mention the 2 accounts that he had posted on, the recent posts.
Yeah.
They said, these 3, we've been told that these are Mr. Colangelo's. Are they? All of a sudden, not only did those accounts get shut down, the ones where they didn't say anything got shut down as well. They all of a sudden became private, all of them, right? So all this activity is very circumstantial, but very, very solid information.
Yes. Well, they cross-reference who the accounts followed. They followed the same type of people.
Right.
They cross-referenced the way that they commented.
They did some analytics on the language.
On the language
like
that was
these
used.
accounts talk the same.
And it came down. It was like 95% sure that it was Brian Colangelo.
It was Colangelo.
He was commenting on his son's basketball games. From this account, like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, like he followed all of the same people, and they were all like his son's coach, shit like that. Right. So it's like really just not the best way to do this.
Why would Philly fan follow Chicago basketball? Like, he has no. Why does this Philly fan have any reason to comment on Chicago, some college in Chicago's basketball team?
Yeah, exactly. So he's very conspicuous about it. He's denied it. He said this one account that he owned, right? But the problem is he badmouthed the organization. He badmouthed Hinkle. He badmouthed Joel Embiid. Who else? Was it Simmons?
No, Markelle Fultz.
Fultz, that's right.
He badmouthed Fultz.
Yeah.
He badmouthed Ja Okafor.
Yes.
After that he was breaking stories about the trades that they had that Okafor apparently failed physicals.
Yeah, and nobody else had this information.
And nobody had this information.
Yeah, and he was being an unknown source, tweeting at the same reporters.
He was telling the reporters, follow up on this link, follow up on this story.
Yeah.
You should ask about this.
So Embiid had an actual tweet where he was
Yes.
like, Joel told me that Phila 1-2. No, it was the A. What was it at Alvic
Yeah,
401-7560 is worse than Sam Hinkle. Sam Hinkle is better than this guy.
And you know what's weird about this? Because, well, I mean, not even just what's weird, but what's dangerous is him releasing like medical information.
Yeah.
Like you're stepping over the lines into like HIPAA.
Yes.
You're stepping over like Okafor could sue you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I would defamation.
Yep.
I would sue you for defamation, and I would sue you for why are you disclosing my medical information on Twitter?
Absolutely. So I don't know what is being done right now.
They said they started last night. They started an investigation.
Right. There's
But
always an investigation.
But also, and we need to touch on this. The accounts, they have the dates when the accounts were started, and all of the accounts were started on very specific dates in Philly. Philly, I guess you would say not history, but in reporting history. Mm-hmm. So when Embiid got injured, and they were questioning the Phillies staff, all of a sudden a fake account got created.
Yeah.
When reports were that Noel wanted to get traded, all of a sudden a account got created. When Markelle Fultz was dealing with his shoulder injury, all of a sudden an account got created. Like, we are dealing with somebody who is not even savvy enough to try to hide.
To like say, well, I'm gonna have this many accounts ready or whatever, or
he's
just
not even savvy. And we have to, like, this is a guy who's guiding a multi-million-dollar franchise.
supposedly the next. First of all, any hope y'all had, which I think was slim already, but any hope y'all did have for getting LeBron, that's gone.
Unless
That's
gone. That's
And
gone.
take that off the fucking table.
That's
out
gone.
there. You ain't getting him or no other prominent free agent this offseason.
Not with that man and all.
Even if they take him out, it's just like, yo, how did this organization get this guy in charge?
And the funny thing is, you remove Sam Hinkie because of the optics of how he was going about running the franchise, and you replace him with Colangelo, who has in turn created a bad optic on how you run an NBA franchise.
I definitely want to chime in on the LeBron aspect, right?
Yeah.
And there are no mistakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What she say? Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie.
Oh, no.
Right? Right. Listen, this is the most optimum usage of ball don't lie.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Word.
But the other thing is that I think that we should talk about is, well, let me ask you guys this question. What are the optics if your man Adam Silver does not handle this appropriately? Like, what
You talking
is
about at the next CBA? I want to find out. Listen, y'all. The way this has to be done.
Yeah.
The way that y'all go about physicals for athletes, and the way that y'all go about checking background. Hey, we need to open up the books. We need to open up to find out who else following who's all got fake accounts. I need to find out who's spreading information, because the same way that I gotta have all my information out there if I'm a player, because I gotta allow you guys to be upfront and know about what the possibilities are as my health is involved, and who I hang with, and all of that information. Well, I need to know then who runs these organizations.
Yeah.
Who are you entrust? Because I'm entrusting you to put a good team around. I'm entrusting you to hire not just coaching, but hire good health professionals. All of that goes into the doctors. All of that. I'm entrusting you. So with that being said, we need to open up the book. So if he doesn't get fired, next CBA, I got Chris Paul, who's the president. He needs to sit down. Hey, if he's still in here, we need to check everybody.
Yeah.
All 30 GMs, all the owners, everybody. We need to find out who's spreading information, who's got the burner accounts. All of this is fair game.
Yeah, I 100% agree. That needs to be on the table. you need to open up that information, especially because considering the Isaiah Thomas
Yes.
situation.
Exactly.
It sets a very scary and dangerous personal and financial precedent towards a whole lot of people's futures.
Yes.
That you're not, like you said, owners, like this affects too many people, and then it goes all the way up, and it starts from all the way up, all the way down. This may be the start of something that could be widespread, systemic.
Yes. Because,
Definitely.
like, if we're
Within the
thinking
league.
that this guy, Brian Colangelo, who, again, comes from wealth, he comes from a basketball family. If he's creating burner accounts, I know some of these other dudes is creating burner accounts.
Absolutely.
I know some of these coaches is creating burner accounts.
Some of these people within the offices, not necessarily the top executives, like you said, assistant coaches,
Scouts.
So that brings me to my next segment of the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
I asked Reggie to take his best guess, and I took my best guess as to who else probably most likely has multiple accounts. So we're gonna pretend like you don't see this first one. I'm gonna go backwards because I wanted to start with mine, and then we end with Reggie's because I thought it was a great selection. But we got DeMar DeRozan. All right, and I think most likely the handles that you need to be looking out for here for DeMar DeRozan will be at Aubrey 10-201-19 OVO.
OVO. Yes.
Okay, you gotta say it like this: LeBron is your dad, or at Duranto Perfect 12.
Yes. And I could see, knowing that he has a history now of what do we call this? It's not mental illness. What do we call
depression.
it? Depression. So is that calling the mental? Okay. So knowing that he has a history of depression, I know he probably has a couple of burners.
Yeah.
If KD's thin skin has some burners on deck, I know he has.
Yeah,
some burners on
DeRozan
deck.
definitely, and right now, I think we need to look for these popping up now because his PR needs to step his game up because he has taken hits in this postseason. Hits. As he's mentioned in his one alternate, he is a perfect 12 against LeBron James in the playoffs. So that's my guess. However, the Reggie Mathis said,
"Oh, it's Mr. Lou."
And I think
Mr. Lou.
if we're being real,
Mr. Lou's
and
got
we're
some
doing
burners.
percentages, Tyronn Lue is the 99th percentile of chance of having burner accounts.
Because here's the thing. When you are always the topic of conversation and you cannot defend yourself, like Tyronn Lue has no ability to defend himself because not only is he the coach of a very prominent, probably the GOAT, LeBron James, but everybody questions your ability as a coach. And so you have to sit there and you kind of have to just take it.
Yeah.
He has to have some burner accounts.
Yeah, well, and
where he can get these jokes off and he can defend himself.
Definitely.
And people, listen, anytime something happens, you know what meme they throw out there? It's always the AI stepping over Tyronn Lue. That's the go-to in any situation.
That's hilarious because one of his alternate accounts is Lakers versus Philly.
So he has to have a burner. That way, whenever he sees that, when you know Tyronn Lue locked him up the next 4 games, he dropping just abstract facts. Tyronn Lue had 16 points in game 3. He got to. Yeah, he's got to.
So some other alternate accounts to look out for at Bron Not a Coach.
Bron Not a Coach.
at Fuck Larry Drew.
Yep. I have my addition to this.
What was
I think my person that has a burner account is Gabrielle Union.
Yes, we should have dove into the white. She definitely has.
Gabrielle Union has a.
She's got a couple.
She's got a couple. And they get
on a different phone, so she doesn't accidentally.
Oh yeah,
switch
she's
back.
smart. She's smart. She's smart.
Listen, no woman that goes that hard for their man out in public
Don't have
a burner just so she can use some choice words.
Oh, she gets real, as my mother say. Ooh, that girl ignorant. Ooh,
Yes,
ignorant.
Gabrielle's she's got plenty.
Yeah.
She's got plenty.
Agreed.
Just in case somebody get fresh.
It ain't even just in case, baby. She's just locked and loaded at all times, man.
Yeah.
She is a Rob Liefeld character. She just got pouches, shoulder pads, guns, and more guns. She is Reggie.
That's it right there. All right. So,
Oh man.
well, that concludes our first quarter. Up next, we got the second quarter where we do our favorite segments.
Yes.
All right. So, first up will be our baller of the week. Did you run that already? Okay. Let's intro the baller of the week.
Wanna be a baller, wanna be a baller, be a baller. Up in the spot, they like baller alert. They're happy for a baller. Say a drink.
I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
All right. This week, again, me and Reg were in synergy, although it really wasn't a difficult decision.
Nah.
Who was the baller of the week, Reg?
Goat James.
Goat.
Goat James. Goat James.
Listen. This is a shot from after
Oh,
he
that was
blocked Rozier's shot, stood under the basket, and mugged the entire floor.
Listen, man, we have gotten to the point where, like, LeBron James is super meta right now. Like, he knows that these is memes that are coming. He knows when to own them. Like, he is super heel.
Yes.
Like, he is in heel mode where he knows how to own the moment and own the camera.
Listen,
Like,
you were so secure in the moment that you said, I'm not only not gonna run back on defense.
Yes.
I'm going to
I'm
pose.
posing.
But
This is a moment that's gonna be. This is gonna be not
the
only
culture.
This is gonna be posters. This is gonna be memes. This is gonna be. I
This is
know
history.
the moment. This is history. I know the moment, and I'm owning it. Like, we've got it. Like, you know how many people comment like Michael Jordan hitting the last shot of his career, well, supposedly supposed to be his career, and he keeps the form up, like, and we live on that. We hold that as like that's the GOAT. We got so many with LeBron now.
Yes.
Like, he's got the chase down block of Iggy.
Yes.
He's got the shot. Hell, he's got how many shots this playoffs alone?
Yeah,
He's got this moment where he just stands, and you got the Boston fans in the background, like he's just staring and he's just looking at him like sneering. He's got even in this game where he yells at the white women that are in the front row, and he gives the most like he scared them out of their soul. Like, they jumped out of their sneakers.
Were priceless.
Look, LeBron James, if this doesn't make LeBron James GOAT, I don't know what does. Like, he's owning the moment. Like, he takes time out of the game to not only play with his opponents, but play with the internet.
Right.
He playing with the internet now. Like hell, Toronto, when he was taking those off balance shots and he's off the glass and he's taking fadeaways after fadeaway. He's playing.
Yeah.
He's playing.
He, absolutely. He is in that Neo, I'm the one.
Yes.
Version right now in the NBA.
Exactly.
He sees everything.
Exactly.
That other game, I don't remember who it was against, where he just was passing all crazy and just like had 8 insane
Through the
passes.
legs,
Just like he had a turnover
wrap
because he was
around.
just like, let me try this one.
He's playing.
Yeah.
He's playing.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Are you, sir, Mr. J. Cole is it.
Yes.
Are you implying that the last evolution of Neo, where he is in the real world and he turns and he can see everything is fire, he's blinded, and he becomes the... Wait a minute. The final... we have not seen that yet?
No, we have not.
Yeah. You're telling me he's going to be over 9,000?
Yes.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
I have never seen this before, where we literally watch somebody put it all together.
Mm-hmm.
Like we always say, what happens when they finally put it all together, right? And we saw LeBron James at his physical peak.
Yep.
When he scored 25 straight points against Detroit, against the best defense in that time period, scores 25 straight points, takes them to the finals. We saw that, right?
Yep.
Then we saw him in Miami, where he became the jack of all trades, where he not only the peak athlete, but started to be peak as far as just mind, peak a basketball IQ ball player. And then also started to implement the low post game, right? And now we in this stage of LeBron James' career where he's not quite the level athlete, but he knows how to use his athleticism. He's got the back to the basket game.
Yep.
He's got the 3-point shot.
Yep.
He's got he still got the passes.
Yep.
He's got the chase down block. He's got and he could take time on the court to do shit like this.
Yes.
And
Yes.
taunt his opponent, taunt
Taunt
the
the whole
fans.
stadium. He taunted an entire stadium in that moment.
I've seen people mug. I've seen people flex. I've seen people jeer the audience. Let me tell you something. The number one was Reggie Miller doing the choke,
Yes.
Right?
doing the choke in Madison
But
Square
he had to
Garden.
get back on defense.
He had
He
to.
was running while he did it.
Listen, the look on those white women's faces. I'm telling you right now, there were at least a dozen charges filed with Boston PD that night for assault,
Definitely.
for battery,
For battery,
and I'm sure
harassment.
a couple said, "I thought he was about to rape me."
Yep.
The look in his crazy Negro eyes and that Leonidas beard. Listen, I thought 300 jigaboos were gonna come in here
Oh my god.
and they were gonna take whatever they wanted.
Take it off.
And I didn't want them in my hot gates. I did not want them in my hot gates.
Go James.
Go James.
Go James.
Go James. Well, all right. So, as we elevate, we must also.
Yes.
What's the opposite of elevate? Go down. We are sporty sports. We are not verbose. All right. So, our blue dog shit
Yes.
baller of the week
Yes.
this week.
I don't give a fuck what you call it. Put a chokehold on the motherfucker and call it blue dog shit. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck what you call it.
All right, Red. Who you got, brother?
All of the Houston Rockets. Everybody that played in that game in game 7.
Game 7.
How do you miss 25 straight 3-pointers? 25. At some point, the game plan got to change. At some point, you got to say, you know what? Let's get to the basket. Let's get some easy buckets. You missed the golden opportunity to dethrone the champs by continually to shoot 3-pointers that weren't going in. You shot 7 for fucking 44.
7 for 44.
You lost by 9. You lost by 9.
Yeah. So even if you hit 20% of those, you would have won.
You would have won going away. You would have won going away. Houston, listen, and it's an indictment on. We be talking about it's an indictment on D'Antoni.
Yeah.
Well, slow it down.
We-
Slow it down.
Yeah.
Slow it down.
Yeah.
It's an
I need you to.
indictment on D'Antoni
Okay.
because
Okay.
that's a sign of fatigue. That's a sign of improper game plan. D'Antoni, you're supposed to take a time and, hey man, our field goal percentage right now from 3 is 5 for 20, 25, 5 for 27. Let's try to get to the bucket. Let's get KD in foul trouble. Let's try to get Steph. Let's get some isolations on Steph and make him defend. Like that's when you're supposed to implement some type of changes in your game plan.
Dude, I mean, and excuse me for saying this, but fuck the coach. As a player, you need to do something else.
But that's when you ain't got Chris Paul out there to run the game. Like, hey man,
you that dumb of a player?
Yes.
See, and this is why I hate the criticism of the best players in the league, namely Mr. James, because you criticize all this stuff, and the basketball IQ is obvious.
LeBron James, if he's missing 3-pointers, I guarantee his next thing he's going to do, he's going to take your little ass to the post. He's going to get an easy bucket.
He's going to pass it.
Yeah,
to somebody else who's
close.
You're
not going to keep shooting 3-pointers. Boston had the same issue. And I was looking at that Boston game.
Don't step on my toes.
I'm not going to step on your toes, sir. I was looking at that Boston game, and I thought for sure that this was not going to happen again. Like, that's a one-off. But nah, y'all motherfuckers, y'all living and dying by these 3-pointers, like for real.
Pointers.
For real.
3-pointers. So
we said fuck the rest of the game. Free throws, nah. Mid-range shot, nah. Layups, nah. We just gonna live out here and we just gonna keep shooting.
Yeah, absolutely. So to segue into my blue dog shit
Yes.
baller of the week, let's talk about Mr. Rozier. This is a picture of what he should have been doing.
Yes.
But not what he actually was doing. He took 14 shots. He hit 2 of them. 10 of them were threes.
10 of them.
None of the threes were hit. So that stretch that you were talking about, as a single person, that was a whole team. As a single person, he almost halved that and hit not a single three and kept jacking them up.
They was down by 1 or they was up 1. And yo non-shooting ass, listen, I think you gotta steal or something, and your first thought was, I'ma shoot a 3. I ain't hit 1.
And you're the, I'm sorry, this is the point guard, right?
Yes.
So isn't your job to he's a rookie, right?
Nah, second year.
Second year.
Year.
Was he out last year?
Nah, he was just
kept
behind.
talking about him like he was a rookie.
He was just behind.
So he didn't really play much.
Yeah.
All right, I understand. You're still young, but you know the point guard position.
Yeah.
And the point guard position is to pass to the man. And who was the man in this?
Man, Tatum was
10
rocking
of those
and
shots.
rolling.
Take 3 of those shots and pass it to Tatum.
And really, go ahead.
What happened to being able to have the ball and to say, all right, let me manufacture some offense by going to the cup, creating contact. And Allen Iverson was a genius.
AI the situation.
He AI'd the situation.
Get in here, get some fouls, some easy buckets, some free throws, calm the crowd down, get some especially when they going on runs. Like when the Cavs went on their run, and they all of a sudden they was up 5, all of a sudden they was up 6. Like that's when you get an easy bucket, kind of relax everybody down, and get some free throws, and then you get back on defense. Stop the game,
flow.
Stop the time.
Here's what happens, because as you're saying, you're living and dying by this, right? So the teams that when they hit, they understand that when they're in that groove, and especially you're home. Because both teams were home, right? Mm-hmm. The Rockets were in Houston. Boston was in Boston. You in that 1-3 energizes the crowd, right? So you're just waiting for that to happen. And you feel like it's going to happen eventually. And all of a sudden you're in this hole that you have dug for yourself that you cannot reach the top of.
Yes. The moment Jason Tatum got the dunk on LeBron, that should have been, all right, this is where we going. Feed the young man, and let's ride on his back. But you could have gave a blue dog shit to Jaylen Brown as well, because he was out there shooting.
Yeah, I could have gave it to
Marcus Smart,
Celtics outside of Tatum.
Because man,
They only scored 79 points.
70. It was looking like Pistons versus Pacers 0-3 playoff game when you may have scored 70 points.
Yeah, so you not as Revo said, you're not manufacturing any offense. You're preying on that three. LeBron is gonna be like, oh, okay, and then he can take a moment
Exactly.
and mug your ass from the other side of the court with no consequences.
I felt like I was Dennis. What was his name? Dennis Johnson. You let him off the hook.
You let him off the hook.
You knew he was.
They Cavs were who they thought they were.
You knew LeBron James when you you let him off the hook.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we are now entering into our halftime of True Baller Thursday.
It's halftime.
Yes, it's halftime.
It just started. It just
All right. Okay, so we've got a couple videos for the halftime, just for some entertainment. So let's go ahead. We're going to watch the first video. So this had me rolling. So this dude was like, okay, well, everybody got a black hoodie on. I'm just going to put my hoodie on. I'm just going to casually walk out there and make it look like I'm doing. And he slowly moved a little further out doing stretches. He held his hand out, and I was like, please tell me somebody passes him a ball. And somebody wasn't paying attention. They passed him a ball.
Get them shots up.
He got the shot up. And then you see the security guard, he was mad. I mean, this motherfucker put him back in his seat and was like, don't you do that again.
You got one job, security man.
Yeah.
You got one job.
You got one job, and you did not do that job well at all. So I just thought that shit was hilarious.
You know, and that's always been like a dream of mine, like to somehow get on the court and shoot
just one shot.
once. Yeah. Give me one, and because it's always like that hope that like this will turn into Angels in the Alpha. I mean, what was it? The Little League, the Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year, yeah.
And that you all of a sudden get a contract.
You should shoot for the Pacers.
Yeah.
All right, so we talked about this next video in theory earlier in the show, earlier in the game. So let's go ahead and see it in practice.
Sacks. And that'll put Harden at the free throw line. Harden, if you've just joined us, 6 points. He's only taken 6 shots. Chris, that's a low number for him. Contact. And that'll put Harden at the free throw.
I wish there was a camera on the other side so I could see who he was looking at. Because I'm sure he was looking at LeBron.
and this is why Tyronn Lue has burner accounts. This is why he has burner accounts.
If you didn't know, now you know. The burners explain.
Yeah.
At Bron, not the coach. All right, and so for our last video, I thought, hey, man, people have too much time on their hands. But this video was so well done. I think it brought us in lighthearted to this 4th iteration of Cavs versus Golden State. So I like what they did here. So let's go ahead and run this.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. Another tradition of the grand design, some people say, is even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out every seam.
I cannot choose which one of these was my favorite because
I know which one was mine.
The Kevin Love model picks had me rolling. What was yours?
Ty Lue, I don't know what he was rapping, but Ty Lue rapping is my favorite because not only did he look very uncoordinated, but it's something about a gray-haired man rapping that just it irks my nerves. It's like, yo, man, give it up, bro. If you ain't rapping shit from your younger years, give it up. I don't want to hear you rapping new school shit. Give it up. You ain't all of this trap music, all of this. That's off limits, bro. Leave that to the kids.
Yeah,
that ain't your wave. That ain't your wave.
Hey man, he used to have cornrows, man.
Yes,
Ty Lue was him.
He used to have cornrows. Now he gray. He got the receding joint. Like, let the kids have it, bro. Let the kids have it.
Let the kids have it. I particularly love the Klay Thompson segment.
Yes,
that was a part of a bigger video that they did this compilation. Apparently, he visited China.
Yes,
and just like fucked up the whole trip. He was tripping. He was screwing up, trying to dunk. That was pre-karma for this statement he made.
Because he's got the shoe deal with the China company, so he was over there trying to be goodwill citizen, and
he was bumbling more than Thor and Ragnarok. So yeah, all right. So halftime is over. We got to get moving. Let's move on to the third quarter. We got some big news in the third quarter.
Yes, big news.
Not really news. I don't know why I All right, so since this is LeBron James' eighth straight NBA Finals. Eighth straight NBA Finals. I thought we were going to take a little bit of time to appreciate the greatness that is. You've made 8 straight finals. I don't care who was on your team. I don't care, what other excuse you want to give. I don't care if he was on it. Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson and Steph Curry are not going to make 8 straight finals.
Nah. And here's the thing, too, right? Like, we got to actually just put this into context. I don't care how weak you say the conference is. For you to be the one out of everyone, all the teams to continually, like, the only common denominator is that your team makes it out.
Absolutely.
That speaks to greatness on another level.
Right. So let's before I get on my soapbox, let's review. All right. So 2007 NBA Finals. LeBron's first finals. It was his 4th season. Look at young buck LeBron James.
I actually saw a video that resurfaced where Timmy was telling LeBron after the finals,
yes,
this is going to be
your league one day.
Glad that you let us get this one. This is going to be your league.
I heard that story a while ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that they had the video footage of it. But yeah, absolutely. He saw it. He absolutely saw it. So San Antonio swept him. LeBron James carried a team of Larry Hughes, Sasha Pavlovich, Drew Gooden, and Zydrunas Ilgauskas' feet.
Yes.
His horrible feet.
It's surgically repaired
feet. And to the finals, as you discussed earlier, beat Detroit Pistons single-handedly. Single-handedly beat the Detroit Pistons and made it in his 4th season. So this was just a hint of his greatness.
Like, let's break this all the way down. All right. Imagine you seeing, because we have gotten to the point where this is just kind of glossed over. This team that he carried, imagine that, let's say, the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks make it to the finals this year. That would be the equivalent, minus LeBron James.
Yes.
That would be the equivalent of what this team was. LeBron James, these ain't even also-rans. These are some nobodies. Some could have maybe possibly have been somebody if they have got their game together.
Yeah, they weren't the best in anything. He wasn't the best Cleveland point guard. He wasn't the best European center. He wasn't.
We're talking about just some names.
Yeah.
The only reason Larry Hughes' name has popped back up in recent pop culture is because he is apparently like the uncle of Jason Tatum, and Jason Tatum had that old tweet when he was like, "Hey man, this is the nephew of Larry Hughes," and give his whole lineage.
Follow back, man. Follow back. Give me a follow back.
Yeah, that's the only reason we remember Larry Hughes, man.
Absolutely.
Listen, let's talk about this. He was how old?
22?
22, because it was the fourth
22.
year. Yep.
22.
Right?
22 years old.
Let me ask you a question. How old was Kobe in his first appearance? When was his first appearance?
His first finals?
First finals.
Oh. How long did it take for Shaq to get there?
Now Shaq was there the year his rookie year, I believe. Shaq got there, but they didn't get there until Phil. So we talking
99, 2000.
Yeah, so we talking 23, 24. He's probably about 20. Yeah.
Did he have a Shaquille O'Neal with him?
Had Shaquille.
Okay.
Had Shaquille.
Okay.
Yeah, and Phil.
And Phil.
And Phil.
Okay. So what we always end up here, but what is it with the actual IQ of the basketball fan? Like, why are we always talking about the basketball player's IQ?
Yeah.
But why do we never talk about the IQ of the basketball fan? Like, these numbers aren't hard to look up here, people. Like, look what's happening here. He had Mike Brown and Zunis Ilgauskas, Drew Gooden.
Where did this guy play after Cleveland?
He played with the Lakers.
Yep.
He played with the Lakers.
Yep.
And you know what? He didn't play with the Lakers. He was on the squad, but he was one of them ones that like let's be real, okay? When they talk about who Kobe was carrying, they was like Smush Parker, and it's Sasha Pavlovich is one of the other names that they throw out there when Kobe was putting up 81. That's who was on the squad.
Boom.
These are the names.
Boom. Starting in the finals.
Kobe couldn't even get them to the playoffs. LeBron got them to the goddamn finals.
What are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
What are we really
talking about? What we're really talking about is 8 finals in a row.
Yeah.
8 finals, so let's talk about the first one. It's his second finals, but his first in the streak, 2011. He had taken his talents to South Beach. Now, in my opinion, this is the one that actually got away.
Yes.
This is the one that you can legitimately say, no, he should have won this one. Now, I'm not saying it's crazy that he lost.
Oh, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy that they lost.
To this team?
Yeah, to this team.
Yes.
Okay, we got to be honest now. Let's look at this squad.
All right.
We got the corpse of Jason Kidd. Deshaun Stevenson, who was supposedly the LeBron stopper. I don't know where that came from. We got Dirk.
Don't forget Sean Marion.
Post
Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm going to get to Sean in a minute.
Okay.
But we got Dirk Nowitzki, who at that time, we were saying that Dirk was extra soft. He was one of them big men that, he would never get the chip. Mm-hmm. We got Tyson Chandler, I just catch lobs and block shots. That's all I do. Yep. And then we got weird Lonzo Ball jumper Sean Marion. That was the squad. They should have ran them out the gym.
He deserves criticism for losing to this team. I agree.
And it was up 2 games in this.
With Wade as your coach. Although, to be fair, his point guard was already retired Mike Bibby.
This was the series.
Joel Anthony.
Yeah, this was the series where we realized that Mike Bibby needed to go ahead and hang up the sneakers. Because Jason Kidd was making you look. And Jason Terry was making making you look real expendable.
Yeah. He was the hero of that series.
He was.
Jason,
he absolutely was.
The Jet was the hero of the series. But to lose in 6.
Yes, in 6.
To lose in 6.
And I want to say they was up either 3-1 or 2-0. They was up 2 games.
I want to say they won the first 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And but I still to this day I remember in that game. I said, "Wait, what did I just watch? What?"
Because they was up. The game that they lost, they was up like 16 or something like that. They started showboating. I wouldn't say karma kind of hit them hard because they started showboating, and then they was mocking Dirk because the next game, I think it was game 4, Dirk came in. They was saying that he was sick, and they was acting like they was coughing as they was walking in. I was like, man, karma kind of caught up with them in that one.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so I we agree on that. He should have taken this one.
Yeah, they
should
should
have taken this one. All right, so streak game season number 2, 2012 finals. Eric Spoelstra still the coach. They run up against the awesomeness that was the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Guns. Look at KD, man.
KD looks like a young, scared child.
Look at
in this picture.
He looks scared, man.
Look how small he was.
He looks scared.
And this was actually, I believe it was a gentleman's sweep because I think that Oklahoma won the first game. And then,
but you know what? I will say Oklahoma City should have won this series. They were up like this is the inexperience of Oklahoma was on full display because Russell kind of shot them out of some of them games. They were up. Game 2, they were up, and then LeBron took over and put them ahead and took over. I think they went into overtime game 2, but every game was within 5 or 6 points, and they had a shot, but they couldn't.
And there were a couple games where KD kind of melted at the end. So,
but let me say this: when you look at that lineup, right?
Yeah.
Perkins, Haslem, Battier, Ibaka, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You point guard situation with a legitimate coach there to be like, hey, with a 7th, 8th man that's a veteran that has been to the finals to be like, hey, come here, Russ. Like a good swing kind of. He knows how to be a point. He knows how to be a 2. A guy that can like tell you what you can do in this big game situation. Oklahoma should have won that.
This season's possible MVP was their 6th man.
Well, but that's what I forgot all about that.
He's on the bench.
He was on the bench, but this is what Miami knew. They knew that their fourth quarter, they went to Harden for their buckets. And they knew that if they shut down Harden, that they shut down the team. So Spoelstra had geared their fourth quarter defense on Harden. Harden shrunk. And that's when we started talking about, hey, could he? Why are they going to pay him?
Right.
And that kind of led to what happened where OKC was afraid to pay him because how bad he looked in the fourth quarter against Miami. Now that again, we see that bit him in the ass because if they had just gave him the money, we talking about this could have been
3. They had 3.
Yeah.
They
would have been
3.
seeing Miami versus OKC would have been.
Yes, that would have been the. That would have been the series.
They'd had 3.
Yeah.
Agreed. All right. So, streak is reaching 3. 2013 finals.
This was the amazing finals.
LeBron comes up against the Spurs again.
This was amazing.
Now he was last year Finals MVP. This year, Miami took San Antonio Spurs dynasty to 7 games. Allen hit that amazing, famous shot, and the Miami Heat beat the San Antonio Spurs.
And Tim Duncan missed the chip in.
And he missed that, yes.
And I thought
that he always hits.
Yes, and I thought for sure, I was like, man, this is it. Tim Duncan got to retire. Like, he's never coming
they
back.
Were talking. This is when they were talking Tim Duncan's retirement.
Yes.
Like, legit, that talk started.
And he looked like he was so mad at himself. He was frustrated. He couldn't believe that he missed. This was probably, I would say, this one and then the next one following was my 2 favorite finals. And I vicariously lived through Michael Jordan and his heyday. Like I literally was crying when they would lose a game. But this was my favorite finals.
Right.
It
was an excellent finals. It was extremely exciting. And I looked at it. It was back and forth until I think the last 2 games in Miami.
This was beautiful basketball.
So the same as what this last Boston series was. So, just as a review, Eric Spoelstra is still the coach. He's working with Mario Chalmers, Dwayne Wade, and Bosch and Haslam. Really good lineup because the previous season Bosch was out.
Yeah, got
I
injured.
forgot to mention that. That's when Bosch got hurt, and they figured out. Spoelstra finally figured out how to actually play Wade and LeBron versus that Indiana series. Like that's how long it took.
That was the impetus because they were looking shaky. Bosch went down.
Yep.
And then Spoelstra finally said, "You know what? I got these horses. Let them run.
Run it."
And they ran them off the court. I believe that next game they both had like 40.
Yes.
They both had 40. Yes. And they ran them up out of there.
It was done.
It was the most AAU game I've ever seen in my life.
I hope any Indiana fans are watching right now remembering that one and also this year.
Yes.
When you thought, both years you thought you were going to win and LeBron beat you.
Yeah, ran them up out the gym.
All right, so finals 4 in a row. His 5th finals overall. They meet the Spurs again. So this is LeBron's 3rd time meeting the Spurs. LeBron has played 3 teams in 9 finals.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
But y'all talking about who he's played against. If these motherfuckers are making it
it's the
3 and 4 times, they're obviously really good fucking teams.
Yeah.
All right, so Rashard Lewis was on this team as power forward. They were like, yeah, let's put Bosch as the center.
Yeah.
Spoelstra's still the coach. There was nothing they had for the Spurs.
Nothing.
Pop was all over it.
This was Pop saying they had a year-long ass kicking.
Yes.
We got to get back to the finals because we got to revenge how we our loss.
Yep.
And this is why I say I love, even though it only went 5 games and it was pretty bad. I just love that the Spurs was all in from the onset of the season, and they was like hell bent on making the finals. And then it was the rise of Kawhi Leonard and how amazing he played, and it was the passing of the torch. Like this was heyday of basketball for me, and and I'm a grown adult. But this was none of my years as a kid was heyday of basketball compared to this. This was what I love.
Absolutely.
All right. Real Titans.
Yes.
Like
absolutely.
Equally, like none of that. Listen. None of that bullshit that they talk about. Listen, man. Utah. Listen. When 2 of your 3 stars are white boys, we're not talking.
We're not talking.
Listen.
You know
stop
what?
it.
Like, let's be honest, because we always bring up the Jordan's opponent. There was not an opponent that they faced in the finals where you honestly thought that they were going to beat.
I thought
Phoenix.
Portland. I thought Portland.
I thought Phoenix.
You thought Phoenix?
I wanted Phoenix. I wanted it because I wanted Barkley to get it. But honestly, the way that Portland team, that second go around, the second one, man, it looked like.
I just looked at it as.
I gotta go back and look at that series.
Yeah, that was a really, really good series.
It was. I think it's closer in memory than what it was because Jordan went up. They went up 3-1, and then they went up 3-1, and then it was then they went back. They won. And then Jordan and they finished it off on their home court in game 6. Like it's closer.
Damn. Okay. Well,
in memory, but like it was not a moment where it's like, all right, because like this is how I always looked at it. Because this is when they used to do the 2-3-2, and I was like, all right, they gonna take the first 2 games. Michael Jordan, but what was that? The series where they went on the road and won the first 2. It was against Portland. They went on the road and won the first 2. They went on the road and won the first. No, it was against the Suns. The Suns. They went on the road and won the first 2. This is after they was talking about Jordan and his gambling.
That was a 6-game series, right?
Yep.
They won game 6 in Phoenix.
This is after they was talking about Jordan and his gambling habits and how it lost them a game against New York because he was up all night gambling. And so he came in the finals. They was harping on it. He came in the finals, took the first 2, took game 4 or game 5. Game 5. They went. I think Phoenix won 2 in a row, and then they took game 5 and took game 6. Something like that. But anyway, This is what I remember this more than I remember my years of watching Michael Jordan.
Right. So, thankfully for LeBron, this is the last time he has to face Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, now he is facing the Splash Brothers, Steve Kerr, and his shoot 'em up Wild West Golden State Warriors. So, 2015, this is LeBron's 5th final in a row. He's like, I'm coming back home. Fuck you, Miami.
Yes.
Thank you, but fuck you. I'm going home. I'm going to win a ring for the king. I'm going to win one for my city. So, David Blatt is the coach this time.
David Blatt.
All right, I'm putting these coaches up here for a very specific reason.
David Blatt. He's over in
All right.
Turkey right now coaching.
Okay, so starting lineup, he had Kyrie, but
Yeah, that's
this is a series that Kyrie got hurt. He
Kyrie
came in, as you
in.
pointed out,
Yeah.
he came in hurt.
He came in hobbling. He re-injured his knee.
Mm-hmm.
Game 1, I think it was third or the fourth quarter.
But at least as power forward, he did have Timofey. So no Kevin Love in this one?
Nah.
So no Kevin Love or Kyrie.
Nah. Kevin Love was out with he got injured against the
he
Celtics.
Was, he was been
out the whole playoffs.
Yeah, he was out. He didn't play exactly. So you don't have.
It was the migraines.
That's what it was.
It was
So
the
we got
migraines.
Timofey, Mozgov, and Mon Shumpert. And then I don't remember who started as point guard once Kyrie went out.
It was Dellavedova.
Oh, yeah, Dellavedova.
Dellavedova, who gave his all so much that he had to get IVs after the game. Like they had to put him in a
He's a little butterball, man. He was sweating up a storm.
They had to put him rescue, or what they had 911 pick him up. He was in the back of the ambulance, and they had to shoot him up with IVs to save him from all the exertion that he put out for this to save
to lose in 6 games.
Yeah.
So they took it to 6. They did take 2, but they couldn't handle the offense on this one, right?
Right.
So, all right. So, what happens next year? Well, no surprise. He's won now. In 2016, he's been to 6 finals in a row. Let's talk about this finals for a minute. Me and Ravo watched this finals together, almost the whole thing. I remember it because why was this finals so significant?
Well, this was the
2 things.
This was the nut kick by Draymond.
That's right. That was the nut kick. I wasn't even thinking of that.
Yeah, this was game 5. That's the nut kick. Game 5 was the nut kick, and then he had to sit out game 6.
He did. So but what was significant about that? First of all, they come in. They had broken the regular season record.
Yes,
73-9, right? So they're destined to win. They get to the finals, and they're up 3 games to 1.
Yes.
And LeBron said, "Not today, Satan." And he decided.
LeBron played out of his mind.
Oh my God, he played out of his mind. He did have Love. He did have Irvin. Irvin put in work.
Yes.
Irvin put in work. And for people who say he won the final, no, he was a teammate. You need help. We talked about this before. You need help when you're playing a basketball game.
This was a great. I mean, aside from, I do believe that they would have lost in 6 if Draymond doesn't get suspended. But again, Draymond, you can't hold your feet. You can't hold your feet, and you already know that you're on the edge of possibly being suspended because I think you had 15 technicals at that moment, and one more, and you was out.
Yeah.
You was out of game.
I have a friend I was talking about Cleveland and Golden State, and she said, "Who's that one guy I don't like on Golden State? He always has that really dumb open mouth look on his face." I said,
breather.
"Is it Draymond Green?"
He's a mouth
Sure
breather.
enough, it was Draymond.
Oh, and
Green.
this is what that tanked Harrison Barnes stock because they just left him out there to shoot game 5 through 7.
Yes.
They just said, you know what, we ain't worried about you. You self-check. And Lord and behold, this is what Draymond had to go on the phone to call up KD.
So hold on. So let's let that segue. So Harrison Barnes was out 2017. 7 finals in a row. KD is in.
Yes, Draymond in the parking lot. The conversation was raw. Hey man, we need you. You saw Harrison out here slacking. We need you. The only way we can beat the man is we need another man to come in here and save the day.
So you have a team that won 73 games in the regular season. The greatest regular season winning total ever in life. You had the year before won the championship with this exact. Look at this. Look at this starting lineup. Look at this starting lineup. It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Right? Boom. You lost. You guys said, "Oh, we need more firepower," and you bring the whatever number you want to put him in. He's a top 3 player in the league.
We need help.
On top of whatever number Curry is, whatever number Clay is.
We need help.
In order to beat this one man.
We need help.
Right here. Who made it to the finals last year with Irving, J.R. Smith, Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson. This year, he does not have Kyrie Irving, nor does he have is Kevin Love out right now?
Yeah.
Kevin Love is out, and yet and still,
we need help.
He is back. I didn't mention that against that Boston game. Love was not even in that game.
And you know what? They played better.
Yeah.
They played better.
Yeah. I think Tristan likes it when Love's not in it.
Was it Green? Green loves it when.
Oh, Green. Listen, Green. I need him to step up. So, third quarter's over. We have ad infinitum talked about LeBron's streak, but I had to acknowledge that because you gotta put that in perspective, man.
It was just like we said. It was an infographic where they put all of the team.
Yes.
The finals appearance.
The Lakers have 31. Boston has 21, and then the next most is LeBron.
It's
with
LeBron
9,
James,
and then Golden State with 9.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys a question, because I really try to stay away from a lot of the social media hoopla. But why is it that they always say, "Oh, how much help does LeBron need?" Right? But they don't really say that about Golden State. Like it's acceptable for them to have added
Golden
KD.
State. The fact that you just immediately lose a game and you on the phone, that sounds like Big Brother when you get beat up and you on the phone with, "Hey man,
I'm gonna go get my cousins.
I'm gonna go get my." Like that's what it sounds like.
That's exactly what that sounds. That's exactly what that sounds like. Like you just got your ass whooped and you don't know how to take it, so you getting the big guns to whoop their ass. But that's okay for y'all, but not for LeBron. What else does he have to do?
But let's be real. LeBron is taking nobodies to the promised land. LeBron has made somebody's. LeBron has made careers by taking them to the promised land. So I don't even want to hear the help. LeBron is the help. Right. LeBron is the help. LeBron's helping career. Tristan Thompson made $84 million. You know why? LeBron.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
That's exactly why. All right, so we are now entering in our fourth and final quarter.
Let it roll. Let it rip. Ooh.
All right, we're on.
All right, we're back.
Yes.
A beautiful lady just walked in. I don't know her name.
What beautiful just walked in?
Yeah, what beautiful just walked in. I don't know her name. It's something like Starla.
I think she's winding down.
Yeah, winding down.
Starla K. Mathis in the building.
Yes.
Big up, Starla K. All right, we are in the fourth quarter. We are now talking about tonight's NBA 2018 Finals between Cleveland and Golden State. First and foremost, are you excited about this Finals, yes or no?
You know what? I didn't want to see this Finals. This iteration again. But you know what? The possibility of LeBron conquering the mountain that is the Golden State Warriors has made me excited.
Okay.
So yes, I am excited.
Okay, so we're gonna come back to the finals as in general, but we are going to quote a tweet from none other than the Reggie Mathis,
Yes.
who said, "A LeBron James-led team can absolutely beat either winner of Golden State Warriors versus Houston. Absolutely." He tweeted this during Game 7
Yes.
of Golden State Houston. Please, Mr. The Reggie Mathis, break it down for us.
Well,
Why is this true?
Why is it true? Because they have the best player to ever lace up the sneakers in LeBron James. Like, you know how you just have an odd confidence when you are with someone that you know is on top of their shit. Like when you go into a meeting with your job, or you go into an event or something, and you just know that the people that you with is on top of their shit. You have a kind of like this aura of invincibility. That's what you do when you got LeBron James. No matter what, you know you have the trump card. No matter what, you got, if you playing deuces, if you playing spades and deuces as well, you got the deuces, you got the big joker at any moment, and that's LeBron. So LeBron is that equalizing factor where I know if I'm on LeBron's team, we got a shot.
Okay.
And here's now number 2.
Please hold that thought. Real quick update to emphasize your point. 18 minutes, 8 for 9 for 20 points, and we are 6 minutes into the second quarter.
Go James, man.
He's got how many?
20.
Go James.
There's 6:30 left of the second quarter.
The only thing that can stop LeBron James and is LeBron is fatigue. It's him literally being so exhausted that he can no longer go. That is the only thing that can possibly stop him. He is he's the Terminator. We've said that he is the Highlander. Listen, he's unstoppable.
So what's your second point?
My second point. I don't know if you guys have watched, but Golden State is this team. If we're talking about a team not even just, I don't want to say nonchalant because that's not even a strong enough word. Like, they just do not care. Like, they're just out there playing. They just believe that we lace them up, we're gonna win. They have performed poorly this whole season. It has appeared that they do not like each other. It has appeared that they're not having fun. They have strayed wildly from what has been their trademark ball movement offense, motion offense, into something that is ISO, Kevin Durant. I don't know. Like, if you do not believe that this team is beatable, this is not this is not last year's team. This team has agendas. This team has some obvious cracks, and also we have to start looking at the leadership or lack thereof leadership within the ranks. If Draymond Green is who you look to as being your absolute fire starter, and he is the 4th best player, you're gonna have some issues.
Yeah.
Because that jumper, Draymond's jumper has been gone all season.
Oh, man.
So, but that leads me to my third reason.
Yes.
Andre Iguodala is not playing. And I don't know if you guys have realized, but Andre Iguodala is him and Draymond are their jack of all trades. They both allow Steph Curry to be off the ball. They both allow Steph Curry to be hidden on defense, where you can hide him so he doesn't have to guard the point guard or guard anybody for lack thereof. But without Andre Iguodala, without his defense, without his ball handling, without his playmaking, they look very suspect. And that's part of the reason why their offense has stalled. Because you need players who are freely giving up the ball and who can pass the ball. And without that, I do not see this Golden State Warriors as a juggernaut. They just not a juggernaut.
All right. I absolutely agree. I would love love to see LeBron, because I forgot to mention this on that last year's finals. They really built this as Kevin Durant getting back or evening up the score for LeBron beating him. No. In the first matchup, y'all were evenly matched with the level of talent that y'all had.
Yeah.
This year, you came to a already stacked deck and added 2 more wild jokers, right? That you could just say, oh, well, this is going to be whatever, I'm playing it, and it's trumping everybody, right? To an already stacked deck. This wasn't Kevin Durant versus LeBron James.
No, and then, I mean, it never was, and honestly, that's what kind of Kevin Durant has looked at it as. But honestly, LeBron is chasing something bigger. Like, LeBron is chasing ghosts.
Man.
LeBron does not care about Kevin Durant. Like, let's just be honest.
At all.
Let's just be
Legit.
honest. LeBron, you know, like how when Tatum dunked on LeBron, and LeBron just kind of looked at, like, he bumped him, and LeBron looked at him like, what? Like, LeBron ain't, like, who? Young fella, you got a few more years. Like, LeBron is he's chasing ghosts. He's chasing history. He ain't worried about who Kevin Durant is playing for.
Yeah.
All he's worried about is, how am I gonna get this next ring?
Yep.
How am I gonna solidify my legacy?
How am I gonna make this perfect pass?
Exactly.
How am I gonna maximize this moment?
Yes.
How am I gonna bring this team to victory? How am I gonna place myself in history?
And
Absolutely.
we have to honestly start talking about this more. And I said it at the beginning of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James has an ability unlike any other to just break the game down into segments where he is honestly saving energy. He's not giving you his whole hand.
Mm-hmm.
He is basically controlling every ounce in every moment of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not even playing basketball anymore. Like he's doing something totally different. He's guiding. Like it's like watching. You know how the geniuses who play chess and they playing like 5 different games at a time, and they just like and they going up here.
And you're thinking 7 steps ahead on all
on
5
all
of
the
those
board.
games.
Yes, he's Bobby Fischer out here.
There we go.
He's Bobby Fischer out here.
LeBron is the Bobby Fischer of the NBA.
Yes.
All right, well, there we go. Listen, I think this is actually going to be an interesting finals.
Yes.
I see, because of the level LeBron is on, that they're not like people saying, oh, Warriors in 4, Warriors in 5. I don't see that happening. I can't guarantee a Cavs victory, but I cannot imagine this going less than 6 games.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's like, I don't think that the Cavs are going to win, right? But I don't think this is going to be as easy as people think it's going to be, or as they say it would. And I wouldn't be shocked I wouldn't be shocked if LeBron wins. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be shocked.
I'm going for it. I'm pulling for him again on this one. We're here now. I didn't want it.
Right.
I picked San Antonio in the beginning. I picked San Antonio to beat Golden State specifically because I didn't want them to make it to this place. Yet here we are. I love this game. NBA is fantastic. So I think that means it's time for us to wrap it up.
Wrap it up?
Because we can catch the second half of this game
so
one.
Let's see. What's the score right now?
It is 51-45 with 2 minutes left in the second.
51-45.
Yeah, Cavs are up.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, the Warriors play. I ain't even watched the game yet. I know the Warriors is playing real reckless. They probably had, how many turnovers they got? They got 10 turnovers? 7.
Let's see.
7 turnovers. They got 7 turnovers probably.
I gotta look at the all stats.
Okay.
All right, turnovers. They have Cleveland has 6, and the Warriors have 4.
They only have 4?
Yeah.
So they only have 4 turnovers and they looking mad suspect. Warriors are...
And that was 50-53. I mean, let's not forget they scoring bunches. Motherfuckers shooting.
All right, well, let's get to this game. So
Let's get to this game, yeah. All right, well, I think we're going to skip the post-game show today. We're going to let y'all go. I do appreciate you tuning in. For those of you who stuck with us, we were excited about every single thing we talked about tonight. So I hope our passion reached your heart. Thank you all for watching. I am Jaco, is it?
Yes, I am the Reggie Mathis.
The Reggie Mathis, my true baller brother. We will see you guys for sure next week.